Good morning, Titans. Today is Friday, December 4th, and you're watching Cen10 News. I'm Tommy Rackers.
And I'm Alyssa Harmon. Truth and wisdom guide us, all our days here. To thy glory we shall sing.
What are you saying? Where's that from?
That's from our alma mater. Don't you know it?
I should, but I don't, so.
Hello Titans, this is Cody Cobb with Cen10 News. Many of us here at Centennial hear the band play it, but many of us don't even know the words. The alma mater captures our school's spirit and is the foundation to our unity. I spoke to some teachers and administrators about it and how it affects us as a student body. I asked Mr. Spain how our alma mater came to be here at Centennial.
Came about as of the need, or actually basically because of the need. Anytime you have a new school, none of those things are in place, and most people assume that when you open a new school everything is already there, you just show up and start. But our alma mater, several things like that had to be created, and the creator of the Centennial High School alma mater was actually Jason Pacifica. Jason was the band director at Centennial High School when we opened up. He is now the band director at Heritage High School, but he wrote that. He and I got together. He said I would be more than happy to provide that service, because typically when you have a song like that written, it's anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000, and actually that was Mr. Pacifica's contribution and legacy to Centennial High School.
I asked him how our alma mater captures our school spirit.
That's a good question. It's tough to say, because I'm not sure, even though even in our pep rallies, when our students look and we sing the alma mater, or we do the alma mater, we have a lot of kiddos that know the last couple of verses, which is Hail Centennial. And so I'm not sure it does, but I do believe that over the years that our students have embraced it. I think that they embody it, and I do believe that it does speak to the character and the very heart of Centennial High School.
I also asked him what it means to him as a principal.
What it means to me is that it gives us a sense of togetherness. It ties us together. It speaks to who we are. And I think that that's the intent of most alma maters of all schools, whether it be a high school, a college, university. Most folks are tied to that, whether it's just the music of the song or whether it's the words of the song. They relate to that, and they can associate with that, and that song associates them with their high school or their university. So I think that's true of Centennial High School as well.
This has been Cody Cobb with Cen10 News.
Thanksgiving is over, the lights are aglow. The kids will be singing at Merry Main Street. Let's go!
Frisco Square's 25th annual Merry Main Street is tomorrow and will feature a variety of entertainment, including the elementary school choirs. I spoke to the choir director of Kurt Singer Elementary, as well as some of the 4th and 5th grade choir students, to see how they've been preparing for their performance at Merry Main Street.
We started preparing for Merry Main Street as a choir the first Friday in school, and the kids think that is hilarious because we're starting to sing holiday music in August. But everyone loves holiday music, and so they don't get too cranky about singing it so early. I started preparing for Merry Main Street way back in July when I went to a workshop that helped me select music. So I've been picking music all summer and listening to music all summer long, and the kids have been working on it since school started. Performing at Merry Main Street is a great community building event, so that's a great positive for the kids. Also, just getting to stand up in front of an audience and perform gives kids a great opportunity to build relationships with each other, to work as a team, and it builds self-confidence. So anytime kids can get up in front of an audience, it's a great way for them to prepare for the future, for future interviews and future jobs. Fine arts education in general is so great because it builds the whole child. It doesn't just focus on one area or the other. It makes them think and feel, and it activates both sides of the brain. So music education, fine arts education is just great for building the whole child.
My favorite thing about choir is probably singing all the different songs and being able to hang out with some of my friends and stuff in choir.
My favorite part about performing is that I get to show other people what I can do, and it's kind of like a hobby to me.
I'm excited about showing my parents how good I've been practicing.
This has been Kayla McCullough with Cen10 News.
Everyone knows that Lebanon Trail will be opening next year, but do you know who will be affected by the rezoning?
Leah has more.
Centennial High School has been affected by rezoning plans multiple times during the opening of surrounding Frisco ISD East high schools such as Liberty and Independence, and is expected to endure more change with the opening of Lebanon Trail High School in the fall of 2016. And while rezoning has caused students and parents alike enough panic and stress, some students are looking forward to new opportunities. Michael Crum, a sophomore at Centennial, has a younger brother currently attending Clark Middle School. Crum admits it will be a strange transition for his younger brother, being rezoned to attend a brand new high school in the fall of 2016, after assuming Centennial to be his future high school.
Most of his friends are going to go to Lebanon with him, but he has a big friend group and they're going to split in half. Half of them are going to Centennial, half of them are going to Lebanon. I think he's excited about it because he's going to get all the new equipment, technology, new practice fields. I think he's also going to be a little sad because he's not going to get to experience like the football games and basketball games, volleyball games. They're not going to be able to compete with all the other schools because they're not going to have a varsity team.
This has been Aaliyah Macahillis with Cen10 News.
You have a Gmail, right?
Of course, who doesn't?
It's a free service, but have you ever wondered why there's no charge?
FISD gives every student a Gmail account. This gives them an easy way to contact each student and gives each student access to their own Google Drive. All that's great, but what's the catch? Seeing as at the end of all of our emails is at k12.friscoisd, you've probably figured that they have some authority over our accounts. But what powers do they have? Is there an FISD administrator looking over every email you send or receive? To get answers to this question, I emailed Penny Matos and Pam Weir. They gave me an interesting answer. Kinda. Sure, there is someone at FISD administration that can look through student emails, but there is only one time that either Miss Matos or Miss Weir could ever remember that being done. So yes, it's possible they could go through every email students send, but why? The people with access to our emails have better things to do. They only do it when they have a reason, and that almost never happens. Alright then, so FISD only spies on us when they feel it's necessary, but what about Google? Gmail is a supposedly free service that as of November 2015 has more users than any other email client. But why would Google just make a service like that free? It's not exactly profitable to store 425 million accounts worth of information for free. The answer is actually pretty simple. Gmail isn't free. While it is true that you don't pay for it with money, you do pay for it in another way. Gmail scans every single one of the emails sent or received by anyone using their service. They do this so they can better customize ads to each person. For example, if someone was to get several emails about music, Google might use that information to show that person an ad for a music service. Better ads equals more money. So is this legal? Well, yeah. The user actually agrees to it in those pesky terms and conditions. But that's for your average Gmail user. What about students? Can they just scan the email of students using Google Apps for their school? Well, that's where the issue gets more complicated. Acts such as the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA, protect students from Google's act of scanning emails. This has caused several lawsuits for Google, and as of April 2014, Google has stopped scanning emails and doesn't even show ads while students are logged in. That sounds great and all, but how do we know they actually stopped? The only reason people ever noticed the scanning in the first place was because they saw ads relating to their emails. But now that students aren't seeing ads, how could we even know if they were scanning our emails? Just a conspiracy theory for you. I mean, just something to think about. So there you have it. FISD rarely looks through student emails, and Google claims they never touch them. But they scan every normal Gmail account.
Well, now you know. This has been Michael Severance, Cen10 News.
Here at Centennial, there are multiple clubs for you to join, and one of the most popular ones this year is Spanish Club. I met with the officers for their input on why you should consider joining.
I think my favorite part of Spanish Club is getting to meet all the members of the club and seeing them become friends with each other as they learn about this culture. Part of the reason why I joined a club was to be able to see new people and make more friends. And I think as president, I really enjoy that aspect of being a club, is all the community that gets created out of it.
My favorite part of Spanish Club is that we get to culturally meet with everyone and learn more about Spanish culture overall and enjoy with each other over the culture of Spanish.
I like being an officer, especially secretary, because I think it suits my personality, and I think organization is a key component to a functioning club.
I like having the opportunity to connect various people together. As a school, we need to be more aware of different cultural processes and what's important to different kinds of people. And as Spanish Club president, I want to promote the idea that we should all be really culturally aware of each other.
As an officer, you have a sense of responsibility over a large group of people, and it really helps build your confidence, and you get to help people learn about culture, and especially of the Spanish Club, Spanish, and it's just a really great thing.
People should join Spanish Club because it allows them to learn more about a culture that's really close to ours. In America, there are a lot of different ethnic and social groups, and we need to be able to learn how to respect them and treat them the way that we would treat people of our social and ethnic group. Learning about the customs and traditions of this culture can allow us to become more culturally aware. And so Spanish Club really does a good job of that by promoting a greater education about different practices across the globe.
This is Ashley Hilton with Cen10 News.
Hey Titans, this is Mark Capizera back again with your Titan Sports. The boys basketball team is doing well. They're 4-2 and second in the district. They won the Fort Worth ISD Thanksgiving tournament, sweeping all three games by scores of 58-52, 56-50, and 54-23. The girls team, however, is off to a slower start at 3-6 and 8th in the district, but it's early in the season, so they'll bounce back. Wrestling is well underway, and the guys had a strong 5-0 record to start the season, while the girls went 0-5. The JV team has a meet tomorrow at Liberty, and the next meet for all three teams is a dual meet at Reedy at 6. Go support your Titan wrestlers. Back to Alyssa and Tommy.
Well, that's it for today, Titans.
Have a great weekend.